Hey guys, my name is Erin and this is The Writer's Scene. So basically today I wanted to answer some of the questions that I've been getting in the comments, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. The first question that I got asked was, do you have any writing resources and did you take any classes? I'm gonna answer the did I take any classes bit. And so the classes I took growing up, I remember middle school, I took a creative writing course, all the basic English classes that you have to go through. I would also say that last semester in college, I took a screenwriting course. That was very helpful because screenwriting courses pretty much teach you how to cut all the unnecessary crap out of your novel. Cut the darlings and don't put anything that doesn't donate to the storyline. That was a pretty good class to take. I definitely recommend a screenwriting class. As far as I'm concerned, I haven't taken more than one screenwriting class. I think one should be good enough because I learned a lot just with that one course. And I think that's about all I took. Creative writing as a child and screenwriting. I don't think there was anything else. Other than that, everything else is pretty much like basic research and watching YouTube videos and talking to other writers and comparing the writing of like what type of words they use to what type of words that I would use. Stuff you can pretty much learn on your own from reading and writing. You also asked, do you have any writing resources or tools? So basically, the only resources I really use is this app. I'm actually going to pull it up and try to show the camera. The only tool that I basically use, I have an Android phone, let's get that clear. And I use this app called Write-O-Meter. I don't know if you got to see that opening logo, but so this is basically the app. If you go into it, it pretty much keeps track of your word count and stuff, and it'll give you like some statistics on it and what your most prolific days are, and keep track of your writing streak, like how many days in a row you've been writing. If you've seen my Instagram, The Writer's Scene, you would know that I'm posting graphs all the time about what my current word count is and showing how much that I've progressed when it comes to reaching my word count goal. That would be this app. Now, back when I had iPhone, I also did this, and I haven't had an iPhone in like a year and a half, but I think, if I'm recalling this correctly, the name of that app was Wordly. It kind of kept a percentage trackage of how much you did, so it would be like if you surpassed your word count, it'd be like you're 115% complete with. And so those are like pretty much my biggest writing tools. It also, in this one, it also has like a little inspire me thing where it gives you random words and whatnot that you can try to work into your writing. It also has little quotes at the top of this app by famous people who have given writing advice. I think I've seen some Stephen King quotes and some Neil Gaiman quotes and some other people that I don't know of, but quotes are there to keep you motivated and help you out. Moving on to the next question. How are you able to publish your first book and what was it like? Basically, I was able to publish my first book by using CreateSpace, and I still use CreateSpace, but when I publish Fragment and Totality, I will most likely be using KDP since they changed it, and Ingram Spark. I mean, that's as good as that question gets as far as I'm concerned. If I didn't really answer that part well enough for you in the comments below. That's what I used to publish my first book. I do have a publishing house though. The name of my publishing house is Dark Royalty Books Publications. Yes, I do own all of my ISBNs, and I do not use free ISBNs. I buy that for my books so I can keep all of the benefits and stuff and say I did everything because I'm a writer, which means I'm a control freak. So what it came down to, what is it like? Since I started on CreateSpace, which is now KDP, it was amazing. It was fun. It was easy to use. And since there is so much advice in the AuthorTube and writing community, and there's so many forums, it kind of went flawlessly, which was really exciting. And I do enjoy the whole being able to get the proof copy, where it's all nice and bound for you and whatnot. It was successful. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I'm still doing it, so it didn't like make me not want to go through like publishing the book, you know. Just kept me more inspired. And I like how it has all the little progress marks of, okay, you're done with this part of the step, now moving on to cover design. After cover design, you get to move into the setting the prices for it. You know, there's also ways where you can like feel like you're checking things off of your list that way. Last question. This question was a very specific question, and all I can say is I hope my answer does it justice. And the question was, if I have 5 or more races of creatures, how would it be best to convey the traits or info about them briefly? Okay, when I first read this question, first response was avoid info dumping, which I have a video. Since I don't have all the specifics of how this is being written, I'm just gonna break it down in what I can come up with. So if I had 5 or more races of creatures, if they were all like main characters, if all these creatures pretty much there was like a kingdom with all different races in them, if they're all your main characters, I would try to only give what is relevant at the time of them speaking that's important. If they're doing like strategy thing or making a big decision, if they're like a king or a queen or monarchy or something, and you want to display like their values, you might want to like point out that it's a common belief that the people of this creature race tend to believe in this thing, and this is why they're making the decision. And you could just throw that little tidbit in as they're trying to come to this grand conclusion of how to solve a problem. If it's more of side characters or a character that only pops up once, which I had a creature like that in The Day Zeron Fell, which was my first novel. What I did for that, and this was in like the first 2 chapters, so don't worry about spoilers. In the chapter where this creature came in, what I pretty much did when describing them was I kept it down to all of the things that kind of looked different. I'm recording, thank you, Car. So I pretty much said that the creature had razor sharp teeth. I think I described the skin color, and I gave it like some different mannerisms, and that's basically all I said about that race of the creature and their little traits. I've heard some people say that you might want to like point out things like their teeth because it shows like what type of eaters they are. If they have like really sharp teeth and they're carnivores, and that can tell you a little bit about them. Physical traits do serve functions, so that might be a way to relay the information you want your reader to know or assume. What else can I say about creatures? If you don't want to, you know, make all new creatures, you know, it's definitely, you can start using races of creature like elves and stuff, you know, that way people pretty much already have an understanding of how that's going on and working. They have some foundation in their mind, which means you don't have to tell everything, and you can just show some of the very specific things that are relevant to your book specifically. And I think that's all the advice I have on that. And that's all I pretty much have for now. If you have any more questions, you should drop them in the comments below and like this video if you liked it. If you want to support me, however, you can buy my book, The Day Zeron Fell and The Realm Painter, which will also be linked down below with my website and my Spreadshirt, because I decided to design a t-shirt for the heck of it. Maybe you guys will like that and check them out, pretty please. Oh, it's NaNoWriMo, because as I'm recording this right now, it's November 2nd. So tell me if you guys are doing NaNoWriMo right now. What's your word count? What are you writing about? Are you doing it? Why or why not? Let me know. We can, you know, talk NaNoWriMo together, even though I personally am not doing NaNoWriMo. Still want to hear about you guys, you know, working on your books and whatnot. I can still support you from afar and follow me on social media. Anyway, bye guys.